Who's late? Who's late? Hello everyone, welcome. What's going on? 2025? What is going on? New year, new me. New year, new stream. New year, new employee. Things have been absolutely popping off today. It's been crazy. It's been hectic. Had a couple of horrible jobs this morning. I feel like I've recovered now though. Are we central? We're not really central, are we? There we go. New camera position. New year, new me. Welcome everyone. Evening, Anthony. Anthony or Anthony? I never. When there's a H after it, I'm not sure. You know. Lindsay, Andy, Blue Rock, Chelt. You're late. I was 1 minute late. Good evening, Linnies. I forgot it's a Monday. I had a good Christmas. Yeah, thank you. I had a good little break. Good little break. I don't often just put work down. Normally, if I have a couple of days off or a week off holiday and stuff, I'm normally still on my phone sort of tinkering or doing something, but I told myself I'm just going to wind down before Christmas, take it easy, don't try and do too much, and actually have a break. So that's what I did. Snow up in Yorkshire for a couple of days. Yeah, I think by the looks of it, Redditch has also got some incoming snow. Met Office. Redditch. Come on. I'm rusty. There we go. So yeah, it looks like Friday I think we're going to get a bit of snow, although it's not really showing it on here, but -2 overnight. Is everyone putting the radiators in their vans? -3 Thursday night or Wednesday night. -2 tomorrow night. It's going to be alright tonight. It's only going to drop to 0 tonight, so I'm not going to bother, I don't think. Bit of a ball ache, but what I found is putting my radiator in my van, rather than trailing my extension lead through the window and stuff, what I've done is plugged it in the kitchen, through the cat flap, extension lead and radiator, plonk it in the van, and then just take it out and put it in the shed and just switch it off at the wall inside. Linnies has become a boosted member. Welcome, thank you. Congrats. You've got access to all those images now, mate. Join the Discord and go crazy. Never on time, our Jakey boy. What are you talking about? Evening, Darren. How you doing, mate? Badminton comp in Feb. Maybe. I don't know. It depends on logistics. M5 was all shut down by me today because of the flooding. Yeah, the floods have been crazy. I didn't post the one on my story, but virtually every road we went down today the road was covered, and there was cars like stranded on the side. They'd obviously gone through it too fast, and caught themselves up in a muddle. Look at that.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, I should have waited. He's going too slow.
So the next one, sorry about that. The next one, the van that was coming the other way was the same van as mine. It was a Mercedes Sprinter, so I thought, I'm going to wait till he goes, and if he can get through, I'll be fine. It's always unnerving. And I've got a squeak on the tensioner in my van because I've replaced the belt, but I never replaced the tensioner because I didn't have one on the shelf, so I just did the belt. The tensioner started squealing. And every time I go for a puddle now, it stops squealing. So my logic is if I lubricate the tensioner, maybe it'll stop screaming at me. West Yorkshire has the forecast floating between -5 and 0 on Tuesday through Thursday. Snow is clearing up nicely at least. You'll be very proud of me, everyone. You'll be very proud of me. I've booked in Friday to get my van sign written. Because I thought Friday's potentially a bit of a write-off just because it said that it was supposed to snow, but it looks like it might have changed now. Oh yeah, Friday, snow. -1, pretty much all day. Yeah, it says snow showers on mine. So I thought, I'm not going to be going out in the snow particularly. So I'm going to just get my van booked in finally. Do you want to see my design? Lube. Yeah, Darren, everyone's been asking about your Alpha Core. Your new machine. This week. You reckon it's going to be done and released and on the website this week, do you? Howdy, Darren. You alright, mate? XTX. What are we playing for in badminton tournament? I don't know if there's any. I think it's just bragging rights. I'm here for the Wadge. Did you see Sid's flooding? Yeah. I had someone mentioned it in the Discord. Oh, I'm not logged into Instagram. God damn. Log in with Facebook. Yeah, Sid's new unit's flooded. I think, from what he said on the video, he's just put new flooring in as well. And now it's flooded. Oh, it's disappeared because I watched it. Is it Partridge or Sid? Ah, there we go. Got it.
Check this out, guys. Remember that nice flooring that I did before? Yeah. That's what it looks like now.
Absolutely soul destroying. I wonder if like insurance or anything covers that, because surely if it's flooded now, it's flooded before as well. And like if it's flooded once, it's going to carry on flooding, and so surely once it's flooded once, you fix the issue. As like a property owner, I believe obviously he rents this unit, and so the landlord surely would have had something in place to stop this from happening. Pretty crazy, to be honest, that that's been allowed to happen. I mean, you could say at least he works in exterior cleaning and he's got all the equipment to deal with it, because most people in that situation would have had to rent a load of equipment and most of the tools and stuff would have been a write-off. But really, in the grand scheme of things, he's probably the ideal man for the job. Insurance should cover it, but it depends on his cover. Yeah. Cooking up a storm. Your friendly neighbourhood exterior cleaner, welcome. Seen that on Facebook today. Was waiting for trucks to clean the drains, last I heard, as filling up again after he backed it for 2 hours. Oh, he's waiting for trucks to clean the drains. Watching at the gym while on the treadmill. Perfect timing for a miserable exercise. Be sure. You're on the treadmill. You got Bluetooth headphones, or are you wired? I feel like trying to watch anything with like a headphone lead flapping around would be insane. I'm in the WhatsApp chat with him, mate. He's going to try and get out. It's happened 3 times in the last 18 months, but landlord never told him before he signed. Really? You in another YouTuber's WhatsApp, are you? Okay. Okay. I see how it is. Oh, you're at the gym as well, Anthony. Is it Anthony or Anthony? Sorry. New to pressure washing. Should I focus on realtors or residents? I've not bought a pressure washer as I am a teen and only have 200 quid. What should I do? What do you mean realtors? Realtors sounds like an American word. Residents, go around door knocking. I would. Do you have a vehicle? Because pressure washing could potentially be very difficult if you don't have a vehicle to get around in. He's got you on speaker at the gym. Our treadmill is used as a clothes hanger. It's AC Pressure Washers WhatsApp group. Oh, okay, I'll let you off. All right, that's acceptable. I mean, you don't need transport. There's ways to get around it. You could. Someone posted one of them little bikes, them electric bike. Is it electric bike, or it's like a bike with a trailer on the back, like a actual box trailer, which looked pretty cool. You don't. It's still like $6,000, but you don't need tax. You don't need insurance. You don't need a license or anything. You can just use it like a bike. I have a new employee as of today, as of this morning. My brother has officially joined the team. After much back and forth. We didn't know what his plan was. He came back from Australia, sort of turned up the Thursday before Christmas. It was like, oh yeah. And last year he sort of come back for 3 months, and I just said, like, do you want to come out with me and earn a bit of dough? And so since then I've wanted to work with him. I've been trying to convince him to come back, but then I employed Jakey, so I was like, well, there's no way I can have 2 employees because there's just not enough room. There's not enough. I don't know if the business is profitable enough to justify having 2 employees. But all the stuff that he brings to the table is pretty undeniable. And I've got a feeling he's pretty much going to pay for himself with the amount of leads he's generating and the amount of... I mean, while me and Jakey was out today taking down like 6 Christmas lights and clearing some gutters, we had quite a tough day today. Quite an annoying morning, and then sort of turned it around after we had a fish and chip shop. While I was out doing all that, we've had an absolute influx of messages because one of my videos has done particularly well, and people are going insane. They're a lot of them are like all around the country, but a good number of them are local. Roof cleans, loads of driveway cleans come in, all just from one video. And so while me and Jakey have been out on the tools, Zach has been sat here working on the spreadsheet that we're putting together. It's like a finance spreadsheet that Zach loves a spreadsheet, and he noticed a couple of things that I could be doing differently. And I thought, look, if I'm going to employ you, we need to make sure the figures are right. And I know for a fact there's expenses and stuff that I've missed off of my spreadsheet because I just don't have the receipts. So all of my receipts are in here since April. Nice and neat. And they're all on the spreadsheet. But I know when I compare that spreadsheet to my income and outgoings on my bank statements, every single month is like wildly different. So I'm not accounting for all of my purchases, and I'm also somehow not accounting for all of my income. The income's lower than what the bank statement says it is. So like there's issues on every month basically. So he's sat down and he's been going through everything. He's got copies of each bank statement and he's comparing them to what I've put on the spreadsheet, and he's made a new spreadsheet that he's got now categories for like fuel and food and tools, maintenance, equipment hire, like, and he's breaking it all down real good so we can see exactly what the spend is and where we could like potentially cut back if we needed to. Exactly what's taxable on there, whilst getting an influx of quotes and stuff to deal with. So he's got access to the Instagram page, he's got access to the Facebook business page, he's got access to my WhatsApp on the side here. I don't know if you can see, but on this Opera browser that I've started using, you can pull everything out of the side here. So he's got all that. He's got access to my emails. We've had like 3 emails today for big roof cleans. And then like there's been about 10 messages on Messenger. About 6 on Instagram. I've had a load of WhatsApps. It's just been absolutely crazy just since I posted one video. This one here. Absolutely popped off, it has. We'll talk about this in a minute because this is one of the best performing videos I've ever had. Like on Instagram, I don't get views on Instagram very much. If you look at my other videos, they're fairly low really. And then this one has just absolutely popped off. And I think there's a reason for it because I had a strategy when I made that video. I only have a 15 litre per minute machine. Is that all right for roof cleaning? Yeah, absolutely. You don't need crazy power when you're cleaning roofs. All crazy flow really. You've got flow and pressure, and roof cleaning generally is fairly low flow and fairly low pressure in the grand scheme of things. If you're using like a small 12-inch surface cleaner or a turbo nozzle, you're not using anywhere near as much pressure as you would be on a driveway. On a driveway, I'm using like 200 bar, 20 to 30 litres per minute sometimes. Whereas on a roof, I'm probably using about 125 bar. On idle, my revs are just idling, but take that with a pinch of salt because I've got quite a beefy machine, so your revs will probably be on full, and then you'll just turn your unloader down. Helps if you've got a pressure gauge, and also get a turbo nozzle to match exactly what your machine should output. Can anyone recommend me, because you basically, if you're turning your pressure down, you still want the turbo nozzle to spin. So you've got to get that fine balance of making sure there's enough coming through it to spin your turbo, enough coming through it to lift it off of the roof so it sort of floats by itself. But yeah, not too much, so it's just going to be like uncontrollable. And can anyone recommend me a good company for designing professional leaflets and also one for a great logo? Have a look on Fiverr for logos, but have a little peek on Vistaprint. Because I looked at some templates on Vistaprint, and then I ended up sort of taking from the template and designing my own in Critter. I've got this. It's like Photoshop, but it's called Critter. It's free. Of course, it's free because I'm using it. But I ended up designing these leaflets, and I wanted them to be very simple, super simple, just nice pictures. Clear services, not a list. I don't want a bullet point, a list of services. I don't want loads of text. I want images to sell the services, and then there's the back. And I've ordered 2,000 of these. and I'm going to get Jakey to start going around. The van's in on Friday for the sign writing, and so they should be here by then. I'm going to send Jakey out on Friday, I think. But I don't know anyone that does leaflets, to be honest. Is he staying in the UK then now? Yes, he is. And Corey, his girlfriend, has just started working with my sister. So my sister started her business like a couple of months ago, doing interior cleaning. She's filled her calendar very quickly without even advertising, pretty much. And now she's like, I should take on another member of staff, because I could be doing 50 to 100% more work than this if I had another member of staff. And then they came back, and it's like, well, Zach needs a job and Corey needs a job, so she's working with my sister and he's working with me. It's very convenient. Your bro's back on board. Yeah, it's all positive so far. He's got a lot of work done over the weekend and today. Public liability insurance is a few hundred granted. You can pay monthly. Equipment, another few hundred, plus business use on the car insurance. Plenty of hidden costs, so I'd save up a bit more and mark it for now. That's good advice. Yeah, for someone young who's just starting, there are lots of hidden costs that you don't think about. Although, I'd make sure you get your public liability insurance. But when it comes to, the one caveat is that you don't need to pay any tax on any of your income up to £1,000. So you don't need to tell HMRC that you've gone self-employed or started your business until you've earned £1,000. So that's something to bear in mind as well. Big jump that, Jake. Yourself and 2 staff? Yes. Yeah. However, if you consider you'll have to go VAT reg soon, then yeah, we're literally knocking on the door of VAT registration, forced VAT registration. And we're 3 months away from April. So, Craig, you make a valid point. But the way I see it is, at the moment, I'm trying to do 5 different people's jobs. So I'm trying to be on the tools. I'm trying to advertise the business, respond to quotes, do the YouTube and the social media, and then the admin stuff, all the admin stuff that goes with it. And one of the first things Zach said to me was, at the end of the day, he's like, just give your receipts to me. I'll stick them on the spreadsheet at the end of the day. I'll do it every day so we don't have to like play catch up and stuff. And I'm like, oh, that'd be so much better. Sometimes it's like a month or 2 months before I pull all my receipts out of my wallet or get them out of the folder, or I'll make a pile of them on the stairs, and then I end up having to sit there for half a day inputting all the receipts, and it takes ages. And I thought, God, that in itself, he's going to save me so much time and energy. So that's very attractive as it is, let alone all the other skills he brings to the table, like his project management skills, his every night he's like just sat at his computer sending off emails and stuff, and emailing pubs, and he wrote a letter the other day to a local restaurant branch chain because you can't get their email address. It's just not on their website. It's not anywhere to be found. So he found the head office address and he's wrote them a letter and posted it. It's like, no one else is going to do that for me. No one else is going to generate the opportunities that he will. And if he's sort of helping me out with all the quotes as well, it's going to be very beneficial. And on some of the bigger jobs, he'll be on the tools and it'll free me up to do a lot more filming and editing. Are you going to actually employ him or have him be self-employed whilst you're using the company name? No, he's going to be on the books. He's going to be employed. Yeah. I want to do everything legit. And because he's been traveling for like the last 3 years, that's sort of what he wants as well. Sorry, I'm trying to get the volume of this music just right. He'll he'll want like pay slips and stuff, because eventually he's going to want to get a mortgage and buy a house, and if he's got no records that he's been working for the last 5 years or whatever it is, he's not going to be able to get he's not going to be able to borrow. Evening, Liam. You're right, mate. Liam, can I tell people what we did last night? Hang on, that came out wrong. I don't know how else to say it. What you suggest, washy, happy ending with every clean. Oh god, what did I just read? Time to start using an actual accounting program like Xero, especially with you being near that VAT threshold. You reckon? Why don't I just get Zach to do it? It's working so far. I mean, we've got everything's filed away nice. It's all, we've got our processes. I don't know, what would Xero do that I can't or Zach can't do? You know what I mean? Not in a shitty way. Like I'm genuinely interested. The video you're talking about was really glitching when I tried to watch it. Oh, it seems fine for everyone else. I've not had anyone else comment and say that. Jake's over the VAT threshold, mate, allegedly. I don't know where you've got your information from. Evening, Bert. On a driveway, I'm using Zero Bar because my petrol's probably run out. Oh, Dauntless. He messaged me on Instagram the other day. And I think he was panicking a bit because his machine just stopped. And in the end, we discovered that he had no fuel. I think we've all been there. Was your customer happy with their driveway, mate? Even more reason to use something proper that can do VAT returns. Let's see your van wrap. Oh yeah. It's very simple. Again, you know your boy. He likes simplicity. Washi has been a member for 17 months. Craig, have you just renewed, and or did it give you a reminder to like share that on YouTube? How did it run out and then you had to reshare it, or how did that happen just then? 17 months is insane. Thank you for the support for this long. That's pretty crazy, isn't it? Right, you want to see the sign writing on the van. I don't think you guys are going to like it. I think you're going to think it's plain and boring, but it's exactly what I wanted. I started out with, is that going to open? Liam, 10 months. He's been a member for 10 months. Did that allow you to just like share it that you renewed, or what happened then? I have it automatically. Oh, okay. 10 months. Come on. Right. So this was the design that I was considering, and I like it because I think it looks cool. I didn't want loads of text. This is more text than I wanted. It's too much for me. I don't like it. People were saying you should have your services like up here so people can see it clearly, like in a car park and stuff. And I understand where they're coming from, but I think it looks ugly, so I went with this. And then instead of this, I toned it down a little bit because Soph told me she didn't like the orange. So I've gone for van front, van rear, van side. So instead I've gone for this. Super simple. Landline, mobile, logo. And then I wanted to put ask for a leaflet, because I think quite often, I know for myself, I don't know how to explain this, but like tradespeople can occasionally be quite intimidating to approach, because most of them are like gorillas, and they act like they're just like a lot of like builders and stuff. They're just, especially when there's more than one of them, they're just like lads, and you don't know what you're walking into when you go over and speak to them. And so I've never put myself in that situation, because I know what contractors are like. So I made sure I put that on there to sort of be friendly and be like, some people think, oh, I might ask them for a leaflet, but if they see that, they might be encouraged to actually do it. So I've just got the logo on the front there, no phone number on the front, because no one's going to be really looking at that. And then on the side, same again, super simple, both phone numbers, and then ask for a leaflet. Because instead of, when I listed all my services before, someone thought that I did fencing. They thought that I put fencing up, because it said Smelts pressure washing, driveways, patios, decking, fencing. I thought that's quite self-explanatory, but clearly not. It means that I clean fencing and decking. It doesn't mean that I make it. You know what I mean? Jamie has been a member for 6 months. Look at everyone. Look at you all. Thank you so much, mate. That's very kind commitment from you there. So yeah, I've just gone simple. What are your thoughts? Just seen a 4-headed turbo nozzle. Don't think I'll be making that purchase. I don't know many people would be able to run one of them, to be honest. Yeah, it would be heavy on the end of the lance, to be fair. I got advice from your Discord channel telling me to open a business bank account with the NatWest, and they gave you a free agent and all the bells and whistles for free when doing so. Ooh, it was only 12 quid. Oh, you're talking about the turbo. That's good advice, sounds like. Yeah, when you're starting out from the get-go, and if you've not done this yet, do it ASAP. Separate your business accounts from your personal transactions. You don't want stuff going in and out of one bank, because it gets super confusing. So from day one, if you can, open an online business bank account or whatever. It's so easy to do. They'll send you a card, and just make all your purchases from that card or that account. Whenever people pay you, make sure it goes straight into that account, and then you take a wage from that at the end of every month into your personal account. Never mix those expenses. Never pay for personal stuff on your business account. It's just a nightmare. Like it's so much easier if you just be disciplined about it from day one. Luke, 18 months, knight me and polish my sword. Boys, Tracy, you can buff it. Oh god. Okay. Thank you, Luke, for the 18 months. You guys are lovely, aren't you? I feel like I'm wonky. Am I off? There we go. This coffee's public liability insurance, anyone? Not sponsored. I wonder if they do van insurance. I don't think they do, but I need to look into when everyone can do it, like fleet insurance. Howden fleet insurance. Howden insurance, car, home, van, and more. Oh, I didn't know. Oh, I'm gonna have to have a look at that then. Van insurance tailored to you. Oh, if I can just get them to do everything, that'd be so much easier. I've already got the public liability from them, so if anyone is looking at liability insurance, is his name Jack Bowley? That's it. I mess up his surname every time. I never know whether it's Bowers or Bowley, but he's a lovely chap. He came to Sausage Fest, which was very supportive of him. I saw him again at the Pure Seal party. So if you need liability insurance, he's your guy. Not sponsored. It's too loud. What the notification or the music? Liam. So last night, Liam asked me to be on his podcast, and so we did almost 2 hours last night of in-depth chatting. I don't know when it's coming out, but you should keep an eye out on Liam's YouTube, because he's doing a lot of them now. Oh, he's just put a video out. Look, how I set up for roof cleaning, full POV from scaffold to cleaning. There you go. Go and have a look at that, or don't. It's up to you. But he's put it out 2 hours ago. So Liam Sanderson on YouTube will probably be releasing a podcast episode featuring your boy in the next few days, maybe next week, I don't know. Doing all the jobs yourself with accounting, marketing, and all the day-to-day work yourself will burn you out and be, but with reliable help, it should make the business not only more streamlined but enjoyable. Yeah, if I can today already being able to hand over the receipts and hand over some of the quoting to him has been such a weight off my shoulders. I see all the messages flooding in, and then I see a reply that says, "Oh wow, that was a fast response," and it's because he literally gets back to them within like 60 seconds. Which, another little nugget for you. I've been watching a podcast, and it's all about business and marketing and stuff. And he said, I think this was the figure, if you can respond to inquiries or someone reaching out to your business within 60 seconds of them reaching out, you're 351% more likely to land that, to make that sale, basically. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to answer every inquiry within 60 seconds. Not you don't have to quote them within 60 seconds, but make sure they know you're aware of them. And that doesn't mean put one of those automated responses on Facebook to say, "Hi, thanks for getting in touch. We'll respond to you within the hour," or whatever it is. It's like an automated thing. It's clearly a robot. It's clearly not a person. It's pointless. I hate them. Don't do them. I'm only joking. Do what you want, but I think they're rubbish. No one wants to see one of those, unless you're an old granny and you're using Facebook for the first time and you think, "Oh, that's good. That was quick." Zach will still need to do the VAT returns, which can only be done electronically, so you will need to pay for something. Is that right? VAT returns can only be done electronically. Can you explain without... I could probably Google it, couldn't I suppose, but what is a VAT return? A VAT return? Isn't that something my accountant will take care of when I go VAT registered? A VAT return. One thing I can certainly say from working at a big law firm which does insurance work for major insurers is that any sort of business claim, clear, concise accounts that are easily attainable is essential. Well dealt with claims for businesses affected by water incident in Devon, and many businesses couldn't claim losses due to lack of evidence. Really? What prevention do you have when cleaning roofs for leaks after the cleaning process? You can't... I don't think you can prevent leaks after the cleaning process necessarily. but diligence when either quoting the job or when you're up the tower before you get started. It's important to have a real good look at the condition of the roof. If you've got stuff like damaged mortar or slip tiles, or just generally the tiles look, it's like a very old roof, or the tiles look, they're a little bit all over the place, or the surface of the tiles is really weathered. You can see with concrete tiles, they lose their flat, nice, smooth surface, and you can start to see all the aggregate coming through, and that is like the sign of an old roof, I suppose. And if the tiles are in that condition, chances are the felt underneath is probably going to be deteriorated as well. In theory, if you're washing a roof correctly, if there's no felt there, it should still stay dry. You know what I mean? Because the tiles do the job of redirecting the water. The felt is only generally there for like wind, which is what a roofer told me. I thought the felt would be there to catch any moisture or rain coming through, but the rain should never really touch the felt. But it is that extra layer of protection, I suppose. The one bit of advice I can really give to you, I suppose, is check first condition of the tiles and all that sort of stuff, and then during the process when you're cleaning is to keep all the valleys and the gutters flowing. When the valleys start to block up with moss, if you've got a real mossy roof, and you know when two roofs kind of meet like that, you'll have a valley coming down the middle, and it's usually like a lead lined valley or something, or PVC maybe. I don't know what they're made of actually. I think it's mostly lead. If you're washing down from top to bottom and that valley gets clogged up, you've got all that moisture coming down from the top of the roof sat there, and that's when it's going to start going up and seeping up underneath the tiles. If you allow it to pool and puddle on the roof, that's where you're going to start getting ingress issues. And also things like, I had a problem where, you know, I think it was like the boiler cupboard, where was it like an exhaust or like a spout comes out the boiler or something. I cleaned too vigorously around that area and ended up pushing water down the side of that spout, and she only found out because she had a load of towels in there in like the airing cupboard, and they're all dirty and wet. So then she went up and looked in the loft, and on this particular house, it's on my YouTube channel, loads of holes in the felt and all that sort of stuff, and yeah, wasn't a good time. Anyone else can give some advice when it comes to cleaning roofs of how to prevent ingress and leaks? Because I don't have a huge amount of experience pressure washing roofs. I've done a bunch, but not enough to say that I'm like a super professional at it. Thanks for all your videos, mate. Go for it and have a great year. Just going to invest in a gutter vac. What should I go for? I would suggest, if you haven't got a gutter vacuum yet, get the Panther from Gutter Vacuum Systems, personally. I think a lot of people in the chat would tell you the same. Jake, get your van signed, and when it's branding, getting your van signed when it's branding down so often is good. When it's branding down so often is good. That way, free advertising when you're broken down on a busy road. I don't know what you're saying. I get the gist, but I don't know what you're saying. Breaking down. That was the reason I've taken so long to get the van sign written, is because I was worried it was going to die. Stick a QR code on the back. That's not a bad idea. I just wonder how many people are actually going to use it. That wonky ladder is in line with the T. Great planning. How dare you? But that was the idea, believe it or not. That was not an accident. You aren't wonky, but your ladder is. Thanks, mate. They do van insurance. How does Jakey feel about your bro coming on board? You had a chat with him to reassure him that his job's safe, etc. If anything, I mean, at the moment we're going to see how it goes for 3 months anyway. It's not like a full commitment going forward. It's like, this is how much I think I can pay you. I'll commit for 3 months and we'll just see how it goes. If the business account starts to go down because I'm just paying his wages and we're not, you know, profits stagnating, we're just sort of not really making much more money, then, because it's other things I've got to think about, like because he's over 21, it's his pension contributions, the liability insurance. If I try and get him and Jake insured on the van now, which is the goal, there's that. There's extra uniform. Like there's so many more accountancy costs. That's going to be more, because I have someone do my payroll for Jakey to make sure I'm paying exactly the right amount of tax every month, and that's £50 a month just for the privilege of that. And so I'll need to do the same again for Zach, and hopefully it won't be another 50 quid on top of that. But there's lots of hidden costs, which shouldn't scare anyone, but it's definitely something to consider. Jakey, I would hope that he knows that his job's perfectly safe. If things start to take a downward turn, then Zach knows, like, we've had conversations, like if it's not working out, he's going to go and find something else, and there'll be no hard feelings. It's just, I want to work with my brother, he wants to work with me, and thrive and generate more work for the business and have a bit more freedom than what he had before. He could go and walk back into his old job now at like 60 plus grand a year. They've offered him his job back, and he's just like, I don't really want that life anymore. So it'd be very cool if we can make this work. But if it doesn't work by the end of March, then there's no loss really. Neither of us have really lost anything. So I'm also considering Howdens for van now. Combine it all. Also, hi Matt. You're right, mate. Got a call penciled in. I've got a call penciled in with Jack from Howden tomorrow to discuss my first policy. Heard he's the best about. There you go. Hello everyone, Rex, welcome. Good point. What's everyone paying for public liability insurance? I think mine's about 330 quid a year, but mine includes employers' liability insurance, which I have to have because I've got Jakey. So it's not any public liability insurance for myself, but it's liability insurance for my employees. We'll be on YouTube and Spotify Thursday. Thanks, Jake. No worries, mate. Is it a bit of a process to get your stuff on Spotify? Because I'm wondering if it's worth looking into. Is there anyone on here that would be interested in having like just an audio? I suppose I could do the video as well, couldn't I? Joe Rogan does YouTube and Spotify video. Because you could just lock your phone and just listen to the audio then, couldn't you? If you wanted to. And that'd probably be easier than having it on YouTube. Would anyone be interested in me re-uploading the streams onto Spotify? Howden's quoted me more than double my current insurer. Is it like this? Is it the same cover? Because the cover that I got from Jack was like very tailored to the work that I do. Even when it comes down to the how high I'd be going and what sort of equipment I'd be using and all that sort of stuff. I just employed someone today, my sister, as my admin. I've fallen behind on social media and the likes, so she's managing that day to day. So much weight off my shoulders already. You've employed your sister. That's a big step. You haven't mentioned this before, Matt. Is this a new? Have you been thinking about this for a while, or is this? That's cool. Congrats. Is she full time or like part time or what? If you underquoted for a gutter cleaning job, how can I now upper it? Don't. I would avoid ever raising your price, really, even if you've made a mistake, unless the customer has miscommunicated something to you. Unfortunately, you've just got to take the hit, in my opinion, and just still do the job just as well as you would have done it if you'd have quoted it correctly. Because that's your mistake, and I wouldn't even tell the customer that you'd underquoted it, because they're going to feel like, oh, is he trying to make me feel bad? You know what I mean? How do you know you've underquoted it? Because you haven't been there yet, have you? You've put a price in, and now you think it's too low, but you feel like you can't go back on it. But why do you think it's too low now, but it was fine before? You know what I mean? Genuinely interested. I feel like my tone sometimes, I come across a bit of a dick, but I'm not trying to be. Every quarter you have to submit how much VAT you charged versus how much you paid, and pay the difference. Oh. How much VAT you charged versus how much you paid, and then you've got to pay the difference. So you do like, it's like a quarterly self-assessment. You have to do a VAT return quarterly, a VAT return quarterly. You have to pay any VAT that is due. That's not so bad, really. Sean, welcome. Hey man, I see you say some things about Equip to Clean. I'm starting my own gutter pressure washing business. Are they good for hose and surface cleaner? Craig, you've changed your tune. Look at you. You used to poke fun at me for oh, you and I've changed your tune. Or is it Steve? Is it Steve that... No, I think it was you. I like their surface cleaner. They've got an 18-inch flat surface cleaner, but I mean, arguably, what I've seen, the Vivor surface cleaner looks very similar. Very similar indeed. I've got a feeling it might be the same one. It looks exactly the same. I paid 400 quid for mine from Equip to Clean. 18-inch here is £202.99. There's got to be shipping on that as well, surely. You can Klarna it as well. In stock. Free delivery. Seems like a very good price. And mine, honestly, mine looks exactly the same as that thing. That actually could be a bargain. Anyway. I'm not going to say anything about Equip to Clean today. New year, new me. I got the JCB pressure washer. I was going to get their Guttervac, but went Skyvac instead. Worth checking people's roofs from inside for past water leak damage. That's a good idea. Yeah, that's if you want to take the time, which you probably always should, before you pressure wash the roof, if access permits, it's probably a good idea to ask the customer if you can just go up into the loft and have a little peek around, just to make sure you can't see any daylight, and just to make sure you take a photo of any problem areas. And also we've now got a, before we pressure wash a roof, I've got a, I'll show you the form actually. Forms. So that people can, it's a disclaimer to say, basically, I don't take any responsibility. It says clearly at the top, it's like a liability form. So liability form takes their details, and it's just got, a lot of this stuff is from ChatGPT, to be honest. Pre-existing damage, water tightness, access, water supply, drainage, colour fastness. So colour fastness is just to say, because people have had it in the past. What's going on? No, stop. It's just to say, like, we're going to pressure wash the roof, and we're not responsible for the colour that it turns out to be, because some people, they think their tiles, oh, it's going to be bright red, it's going to look lovely, but actually it's like a pale yellow, because the lovely surface that was there 20 years ago when the roof was installed it's now covered in algae and black spots and stuff, and it's been heavily weathered, and that colour's long gone. And then when you clean it, you take that top layer of algae off, and it's a different colour to what the customer expected. But it's the same for like, it's quite a good one for slate and stuff, because sometimes slate have issues with going white, particularly man-made slate that's lost its coating. Furniture and plant life. The owner is responsible for moving or covering any furniture or plant life to protect it from overspray. Waste. Roof cleaning generates significant amount of waste. The property owner is responsible for disposing of the waste. So this is quite controversial. A lot of people would probably take the waste away with them, but I've not got a waste carrier's license. I'm not interested in having loads of heavy, wet moss and sludge in buckets and bags in the back of the van, particularly. And so I've never had an issue with any of my customers not being able to dispose of the waste. So that's pretty cool. Even with pressure washing, I think that's quite important. And they have to tick to say that they've read and understood all this. And they also tick to say that I agree that I've requested pressure washing services. So I don't necessarily do this for roof scraping as well, but it's good to have for pressure washing. If anyone wants a copy of this, I can put it in the Discord or whatever. It's very, very simple. And then they tick the box. And then I'm not going to click on it because you're going to see my customer's information. I've only done 2 since I started this form. But if you click on responses here, and you can like automatically link it and automatically generate a spreadsheet from it. And then when you send it to your customer, anyone that fills it out, automatically it populates on this spreadsheet, and it's all cloud on, it's all online, so it's always accessible. Very good to do, I think. Your VAT is paid every quarter. All the VAT that you've charged minus the VAT that you've paid via business expenses is your VAT bill per quarter. That is your VAT return. Yeah, I mean, that's sounds like it's the same as submitting submitting your self-assessment, I suppose, but it's just every quarter instead of every year, pretty much. You can buy new camera lens for the phone. Mine broke on my Samsung hairdryer and removed old glass, inserted new lens. How did you know my lens on my phone was broke? Did I say that? Or did you see that? That is very beady-eyed of you. I leant on a roof today. I climbed on... I'll put it in the Discord. I had to... Our friends, Harry and Kira, actually Jakey's older sister, we went and did her gutters today. And there's a side of the conservatory that was so difficult to get to. Couldn't get to it from their house. So I had to knock on the neighbour's door, ask if I could take ladders through the house, through the living room, onto the back decking, to be able to climb onto their roof. It's only like a low roof, to empty these gutters by hand. And it was an absolute ball ache. But I got it done. Got a hose up there as well and just give it a little squirt down. I'll show you. And basically when I leant on this roof, I cracked my phone. But that little bit on the back is, I think, let's have a look. I think it's a protector that I put on earlier when I first got the phone. Oh, I think it is. Should we have a look? It might not be. And I have got multiple of these if I need to change it. How sticky is it going to be? Is it going to come off? Is this all going to go all over my keyboard? I hope so. This is... Oh! This is a new phone. The camera's a bit blurred because it doesn't do close-up stuff very well. Oh, it is. It's the outside, luckily. Oh, yes. Oh. Not even a scratch on that camera lens. That's brilliant. That's brilliant, Harry. Sorry, I've been watching Harry Potter quite a lot recently. And Maya's just started the first one again. So now we're going back round in a loop. Watched all 8. I think there's 8. And now we've just started them again. Oh, quite satisfying. I'm making a bit of a mess though. Oh, lots of broken glass everywhere. Look at that. It's fine. I mean, it's done its job, hasn't it? Get yourself a case, everyone. Beautiful. Still looks brand new. Like the day it was born. Right, let's have a look at these photos. Look. Down the side, trapped between the neighbour's roof and their conservatory. It was like a garden. How does your garden grow? And it's not perfect. I couldn't get the vacuum in there. I did it all by hand. And then I just give it a rinse down. Looks a lot better than it did. Little pat on the back to myself. Where can I ask you questions? Don't think he's reading YouTube comment. Oh, Sean, I'm sorry. I got the JCB. I did read. I did read your comment. I didn't really want to talk too much about Equip to Clean because it's a new year, new me. You know what I mean? If you want to talk in private or whatever, then you can join the Discord. He's a little delayed on the comments. Yeah, sorry. Also, I'm probably about 5 minutes behind. So when you type a comment, I'm still reading these ones up here. So it does appear instantly, but I'm still up here. And I try and read every single person's before I move on to the next thing. So sometimes it takes me a while. Sorry about that. Where's the music gone? I've got glass all over my keyboard. Just starting on your own. I've done guttering for a while for Ben's Gutters. Get him! I forgot the camera's here. I've moved the camera from there to there. Get him! How is it working for Ben's Gutters? Can you give us a little bit of insight? 20% for me. I had to pay £200 a month for the van and pay insurance and rent Sky. And rent a Sky back at £5 a day and pay for ladders and reach and wash. So you got 20% of the job. So you clean some gutters for 100 quid. You're getting 20 quid from that job. That's crazy. And you're still paying for your own van, your own insurance. You're renting your vacuum. And you've got to buy your own equipment, ladders and stuff. That's crazy. Why would anyone do that? Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you just set up on your own? You've already got the outgoings. You're just taking a huge hit on what they give you. That is wild. When you say 20% split, actually, is it the other way around? They get 20% and you get 80%? Or is it, have I got that confused? Pretty simple. You can take the recording, just upload it once you've made an account. Oh, okay, I'll have to have a look at that. Yes, both I and my dad would listen. Chris, you reckon? On Spotify. That's cool. If it costs you nothing, then upload it to Spotify. I sometimes listen back to them, and not being able to lock the phone always annoys me. Yeah, it annoys me too with YouTube stuff. There's podcasts on YouTube that are hours long. To be honest, I haven't really looked to see if they're on Spotify, but yeah, I should. I don't have Spotify Premium anymore, but I still watch JRE on Spotify rather than YouTube, given it plays in the background. Go for it. It's a house I do monthly. Rex, what are we talking about? That was a while ago. Let me scroll back up. If you're underquoted a gutter clearing job, how can I up it? It's a house I do monthly. Window cleaning, you mean? You clean their windows monthly, and you've underquoted on the day. Got home and realised, oh, I've not quoted high enough. Didn't realise it had gutter guards on it. Ooh, okay. Gutter guards can be a pain. Are they gutter guards? You mean the brushes, like the hedgehogs that sit inside, or are they gutter guards to stop tiles falling onto conservatories? Spreadsheets equal insights and data for you to make sense of. James, not sure who you're talking to or where that comment came from. What was I talking about when you made that comment? Spreadsheets equal insights and data for you to make sense of. Not sure what that means. Welcome though. I don't think I've seen your name in the chat before. Don't phone them and tell them you can't make it. That's rubbish. That's terrible advice, Tracy. Are you just going to then ignore them and never go back? No, you've got to just do it. Just do it for what you... Try and convince them not to get the... If it's gutter hedgehogs, try and convince them not to get them put back in, because they don't work. They just don't. Do some research online and send them some articles or whatever and just show them that it clearly doesn't work. No point in putting them back in. That will save you some time. I have a Vevor flat surface cleaner, no complaints, 1 year old and still going strong. There you go. Design your own leaflets on Canva. You don't need to log in either. Keep it simple, if not logging in. There you go. Stick it in the Discord, please, Jake. The roof waiver. Okay, will do. Can I get a copy if possible? Yeah, please pop it in the Discord. All right. All right, guys, chill out, will you? Bloody hell. Bloody Nora. Oh god, there's glass on my F key. If I just send you a copy of it, then you can just copy and paste what you need, can't you? Copy. I'm going to put it in. Maybe Matt can do something with this if he's around. I'll put it in marketing chat. No, I'll put it in roof cleaning chat. That's more appropriate, isn't it? By the way, if you're not in the Discord, we've got sections for all types of different conversations, and people are normally quite good at sticking to it. Oh, Matt's already there. Look, he's already typing. That is crazy. Roof cleaning waiver. On it, boss. I don't know. Maybe you can pin it somewhere, Matt. I don't know what to do with that. But also, we've got areas in the Discord for like identifying certain types of paving. So this one, this chappie was absolutely bang on. This is a mix of concrete and sandstone. So Andy's popped this in the chat. That one looks like, I think that one looks like a very old sandstone because it's quite rippled. You can see there's a bit of a texture on it. Unless you see repeating patterns, which I don't think I do. Yeah, it does look like sandstone, to be honest. It could also be concrete, but probably not. But then this one's definitely sandstone because you can see the streaks. This one down here is very likely sandstone because you can see all the different color variants. And then I'd say this one is definitely concrete. You can see by the flat edge of the slab, you can see all the aggregates exposed. So this is super old concrete, heavily weathered. It's been rained on. and that's why it's so textured. It's lost its nice smooth coating, and now you can see all the stones that have been part of the mix to cast them. So these will be super hard to clean, because instead of all that lichen and algae and black spots sitting on top of the surface isn't there anymore, essentially. So it's seeped in between all this aggregate, and it's so much more difficult to clean. You'll pressure wash this and it'll look terrible still, and then you'll probably do a couple of strong hypo treatments and it will still look terrible. I'd recommend on something like this is to pre-treat it with hypo, pressure wash it, post-treat it with hypo, heavy rinse, and then even biocide it if you need to afterwards, because you'll probably find that these black spots will still be there even after you've done all that. And then it's up to you, like, do you go in neat? Do you use all your chemical on this one job that it might not help, you know what I mean? Oh, I thought about figuring out what these are. I saw these in Mackey's drive-through the other day. These like big bags. Look at these. They look ideal for like clearing up waste and gutter clearing and stuff, and picking up all your sludge at the end of the job. It looks like everything will sort of drain out the bottom, and then it's like the woven polypropylene bags, but these have got proper handles and stuff on them, and they're a bit bigger. And then Jason found them on this picture here. Look, coal sacks. We all help each other out. We all ask questions, and we all help each other. And it doesn't matter how much experience you've got. There's people in this Discord that have got all levels of experience, and we've also got suppliers in here as well. It's all very inclusive, and we all help each other. It's a great place for anyone who's just looking to start. You've got your gutter clearing chat, you've got your chemical chat, your roof cleaning, and then finally, if you do end up becoming a boosted member, you've got access to all these images to use in your marketing, which is pretty cool. I've just added a bunch of new ones like repointing. Can I bring this over? So you've got all these repointing images that you can use. They're yours if you become a boosted member. Download them all at once if you like, so that you don't lose them if you ever cancel your membership. Loads of before and afters. Quite good ones, if I do say so myself. Stain removal. Tarmac restoration. Have a little peek at that, look. Oh! Oh, you gotta, come on, some of the best before and afters in the game, surely. Anyway, enough of that. Get an accountant registering for VAT has costs. Delay it for a while. Accountants should make enough savings they pay for themselves. I've got an accountant, yeah. They do a good job. Live and learn. Sorry, I am getting down your comments. I'm just I don't like to miss any. Live and learn, I suppose. My bad for not paying attention. Yeah, just take the hit on it and just use it as an experience. It's not always about the money. Sometimes it's like, I've learnt a lot on this job, and that's valuable. Are you off?
Yeah.
You look very gym gal.
Do I?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good. That's what I meant.
It's very cold out there.
No,
You
no.
open.
Huh?
You opened that door and like a breeze came through.
Yeah, it's warm in here. It's cold out here. Where's my zip? Oh,
What are you going to do at the gym then?
don't know. Bit of this, bit of that.
Do some squats, work on that booty. I'm probably gonna, once I've finished on here, probably have a shower and jump into bed because I'm dirty and exhausted.
You're not going to be there much longer.
Look, it was the the little protector on my phone. Brand new, second hand, never
Yeah.
been on a man's head.
I found a bit of that on the settee. I thought it was my lollipop.
Ah.
Okay.
Which gym are you going to? Hang on.
She's wolfing these biscuits down again.
What, the cat?
I've filled another bowl up.
She loves them. Me and my friend have been thinking about starting our own pressure washing business. Our own business. Been watching your videos for days now, and you have inspired us big time. Oh, nice, Oliver. That's very cool. Thank you. Is there any courses on pressure washing that anyone would recommend? Yeah, I'd get yourself on the Pure Seal course. I've got a bone to pick with Pure Seal. They've updated their website and now none of my affiliate links work. So I'm getting no commission for all these links that I've got in all my stuff. What am I doing? Pure Seal. This one's on me. Yeah, go on puresealservices.co.uk and have a look at their training courses. The new website is nice, to be fair. Good upgrade. Pure Seal approved applicator module 1 is the one that I did, and it's fantastic. And everyone else that's been on it has said the same thing. So you can check out the dates. 500 quid by the looks of it, but well worth it. It will tell you everything you need to know about cleaning, preparing, sealing, treating, maintaining pretty much all ground surfaces. So it's very good baseline foundational knowledge before you start pressure washing or after you've started. Put a new screen saver on the camera before you forget. I'm not going to do it right now, but I will. Thank you for reminding me. What was your best method of building up clients, mate? All right, Tom. Facebook, before and after pictures. I love my before and after pictures. And reels. Just doing some videos while I was on the job. Can I brag a little bit? I've got a bit of a... I just want to give myself a pat on the back and just share something that I think has really worked this weekend. I put a lot of effort into it and it's paid off, and so I sort of just want to share it, really. Is that all right? So I wrote a script for a video. I'm going to show you that script actually, just so you know I'm not lying. I thought I want to put a short out. I want to put a 60-second short out. It ended up being a 90-second short. And I've honed this script to be snappy, straight to the point. The first 3 seconds is like gets your attention, and then it expands. And so what I wanted to do with this short was essentially, this is what I said to Liam as well when we were talking about it on his podcast. I want people to have watched an advert of mine without knowing they've watched an advert. And that's what I've been doing subconsciously without realizing. But now I thought, okay, all those things work. Now let's do it intentionally and put some effort into it. So I wrote this script and I was talking to myself in my head to try and time it to get it to like 90 seconds worth of voiceover. I recorded the voiceover, chopped it down so there's no gaps, no ums, ahs, no I made it really just punchy, straight to the point. Next thing. And the plan for this video was to hit every service that I offer. So I want to let everyone know I've laid it out like a story. Like this is how I started. This is where I've got to now, sort of quite proud of myself, all that sort of stuff. It's a positive inspirational sort of video, but also I'm letting people know that I do pressure washing first and foremost. Then I expanded to start doing gutter clearing, PVC cleaning. Then I started doing more difficult services like repointing, roof cleaning, and then I wanted to overlay that with loads of satisfying footage that I've built up over the years and stuff. And I thought, if I can list all my services, have a satisfying video that tells a story that holds retention, the longer people watch, the more chances it's going to be put in front of more viewers. And also talk about my reviews. So I've got a very I'm just going to play it for anyone who hasn't seen it. This is what the video is. I actually didn't even have a van when I started this business. I had a full-time job, a mortgage, so I ended up having to work out the back of Sophie's 4x4 just on evenings and weekends, whilst also trying to be a really good dad at the same time. I spent 400 quid on my first setup, which was all the money I had saved at the time. I was quite naive calling it Smelts pressure washing because I didn't realise that this was like a seasonal trade. Not everyone's thinking about having their driveways and patios cleaned in the middle of winter, so the work went a bit quiet, obviously. I felt like a bit of an idiot, and so I ended up expanding my services to start offering gutter clearing, and then my customers started asking me if I could do their conservatories as well, so of course I said yes. And that meant more time and research, and then obviously buying more equipment as well. I bought this little Peugeot partner van, and I ended up getting so busy that it would have been silly not to like fully commit and go full time, so that's what I did. My customers were clearly really happy with the work I was doing, so my confidence started to grow, which meant I was able to start offering more difficult services like repointing patios and cleaning roofs, which was honestly a little bit of a shock at first. I'm now proud to say that after 3 years, I've hired my very first full-time employee, and we're looking forward to another very busy year full of new opportunities and challenges. If there's only one piece of advice I could give to anyone watching this video, is to not set yourself unrealistic, unsustainable goals this year, but instead to choose one thing and just do that one thing consistently. Not for a month, do it for a year and just see where it gets you, because you'll be surprised what can happen in 12 months. Take it from me, the snowball effect is real. So, this is like the first short video that I've ever really, apart from adverts for like Mosher and stuff, this is the first one that I've ever really scripted and had a plan for and worked hard on. So I wanted to make sure I put my reviews in there as well. So I wanted to hit all these things to make it more of a, people think they're watching a story, but it's actually also advertising the business. And it's done incredibly well. In 48 hours now, it's done 317,000 views on Facebook, which is really good. On Instagram, it's done almost 200,000, and I don't get very many views on Instagram, so that's really good for me. And then on TikTok, I think TikTok's the best. Oh god, that one I've just uploaded has done 12,000 as well. On TikTok, it's done 400,000 views in like 48 hours, which it's pretty nuts, really. And so when you asked me about marketing, Tom, building up clients and stuff, this is the sort of stuff I've been doing, is like just filming everything I do and sort of trying to make little satisfying videos out of it and putting up my before and afters and just sort of telling little stories in the captions and stuff. And so people are following my journey rather than just, they're not being advertised to, they're watching content. And that's the idea for me. And I think that's going to be my goal for 2025, is to advertise without advertising. And yes, I've just spent money on leaflets and stuff, and I do want to try things like Google ads and Facebook ads now that Zach's on board as well, because I think it could be, now that I've got the foundations and the reviews and the followers and stuff, it's a good time to start actually paying for ads. But in the beginning, I don't think it's necessary, personally. Other people will tell you different, but... So, because this video started doing well in the first 24 hours, I thought, oh, this will be a good one to boost. And so I boosted that video in my local area. I've done like a 15-mile radius, so a very small area really. And I've actually offset it so that I don't pick up work in Birmingham, because I don't necessarily want to travel through Birmingham. I'd rather go the other way into like Warwickshire and Worcestershire and stuff. So I've done a 15-mile radius around like Ulster, I think, which is irrelevant to most people because you're not going to know where that is. But so this is the first time I've just dropped 100 quid to boost that post after it had already hit like 100,000, 200,000 views or something. But yeah, that's my goal now going forward, I think, with the content. Building up clients, asking for reviews and recommendations and stuff, and just like before you leave the job, just saying like, I'd really appreciate it if you could, if there's anyone else that you know that might be interested in this sort of work, I'd really appreciate it if you could like pass on my details or something, or here's a couple of leaflets, maybe you could give them out to your friends. And just saying that goes a long way, because some people just assume that you're really busy all the time and you don't need the work. But if you say like I've not long set up and I could do with a few more customers, people are generally quite happy to help you out if you've done a good job. 10 jobs a day at Ben's Gutter, I was making £1,000 a week was the only good thing. 10 jobs a day, £1,000 a week. I mean, £1,000 a week's good, isn't it? But 10 gutter clearing jobs a day on your own, or did you have someone with you? That's bloody well. That's good going. That is. They are making a fortune, aren't they, Ben's Gutters? I have a Ben's Gutters van in my town, but I don't know if it's the Ben's Gutters we all know and love. Every time I see the van, I think bad things. Showed him your lives this evening, and he's listened in with me. He audibly said yes when you suggested Spotify. Oh, really? Oh, that's cool, Chris. That's nice to know. Yeah, if there's any new people here, by the way, welcome if you've not tuned in before. We do this every Monday night, and it's like, I think I've missed 1 or 2 this year because I went on holiday. Last year, I mean, 2024. But we come on here and we just chat about pressure washing, which is crazy, isn't it? That we've got so much to say about exterior cleaning every week, but people contribute and they ask questions and stuff. And so this is, instead of responding to all the comments and DMs that I get trying to help people, because this isn't to like say that I'm not grateful that people watch and stuff, but people see my stuff. They message me saying, hi, just want to know if you've got any advice on this, or where should I buy this from? I'll answer them. And then like, great, thanks. And then they come back with like 5 more questions, and I end up being their like one-to-one mentor. And they don't realise that another 10 people are doing the same thing like over the course of the next few days. And it's difficult to keep track of and to not spend all of my time just answering questions. So I do this instead. I send them a message to say tune into the live streams on Monday nights, and you can ask me anything that you like, and we'll try and make sure we get to it in the chat. So this is my way of trying to give a little bit back, I suppose, for all the support on the videos and stuff. You got 20% when you were working for Ben's Gutters. That seems like a crazy low. Considering, I mean, they've won the work, fair enough. They've done all the marketing, they've won the work, but you're still paying for everything, and you're only making 20% on the job. What's the average gutter? I mean, Ben's Gutters is probably charging a lot more than most people do. So what's the average cost of getting your gutters cleared at Ben's Gutters? It's probably like 120, 140 quid maybe. So you're getting like 12 to 14. No, what's that? I can't do maths. Oh god. Hang on, wait. 20% of 140 quid. You're getting like 28 quid for the average job. That seems mad, doesn't it? Are we still live? My viewers is like stuck. It's saying 61 viewers, but it hasn't moved. I'm assuming we're still live. Sean is a soldier. Well, 20% with all those overheads. Yeah, that is pretty crazy. Do it yourself. Hi mate, can anyone buy Smart Seal, or do you have to do a course to get the hypochlorite? I don't know if you're googling hypochlorite, but it's sodium hypochlorite, I believe. Anyone can do the training, and the course that I showed you was a Pure Seal course. I think you need to sign up to their website and submit some ID and potentially some of your business information, just so that they can see that you're in the industry. They don't want general public buying those products because they're very corrosive and dangerous. Smart Seal, on the other hand, I know you probably mentioned Smart Seal because you can see this here. So Pure Seal and Smart Seal are two different suppliers. Pure Seal, they both offer courses. I've been on the Pure Seal course, so that's the one that I recommend to people because I know it well. So if you type in, I wonder if you type in sodium hypochlorite, doesn't come up with anything on here. It's patio cleaner, or it could be extreme clean, I'm not sure. But you can use my code on here. Look, my 10% off code on Smart Seal. I believe these are hypo based, but you'd have to have a look. Not recommended on tarmac. Yeah, probably hypo based then in that case. It's not going to be biocide, is it? Dilute 1:1. So this is probably a little bit weaker than the stuff that I buy from like the farm shop and stuff, because this is sold to the general public as well. Anyone can buy this one by the looks of it. I haven't done too much digging into the Pure Seal, the Smart Seal chemicals, to be honest. But if you go onto the Pure Seal website as well, these are if you look on the soft washing chemicals and then go on to like Nuclear Pro, for example. So I believe that's like 10% sodium hypochlorite, and it's got all the surfactants in it and stuff. So from what I can see, I hope I'm not speaking out of turn here, but these are both very similar products. However, this one is stronger because you have to dilute it much less to be able to get the desired result. If you were to put this on 50-50, you'd be absolutely nuking the area and it'd be totally unnecessary. This you'd dilute around about 1:5 or 1:6. But this sort of product, because it's stronger, the average Joe can't buy this stuff. Same with like same with some of the biocides and stuff, like the Back Clear and the BioClear. You wouldn't really want to give this to some old deer that's trying to get rid of moss from her drive or a patio. This is for like us to use, you know what I mean? Anyway, Terry Berry's in the chat. Welcome, Terry. How you getting on, mate? How do I join the Discord? Funny you should ask. Now, these videos take a lot of time and effort to film and edit, on top of trying to run a successful pressure washing business. If you find any of the information in my videos useful, then I'd like for you to consider becoming a paid member of the channel. Circle members and above will get access to my private Discord for members only, where you can pretty much get a hold of me 24 hours a day for inspiration, technical help, marketing advice, or just a general chat. I post pictures and videos that you won't see on any of my other socials. You'll be the first to hear about giveaways, special offers and announcements, and it's just generally a nice place full of like-minded people who are all heading towards similar goals. We've got various different experience levels, we've got a few professionals in the chat as well. If you want to push your business, in my opinion, this is the place to be. We also have two other membership tiers. One is just to show a bit of support for the channel, and the other one is for boosted members, which will not only give you access to the private Discord, but also loads of high quality promotional images for you to start your business. I know what it's like when you're ready to get going, but you don't have any before and after pictures to put on your leaflets. At the moment, there's about 150 images that you can use for pretty much whatever you like, and my intention is to constantly update these over the next few years with all of my before and afters that have helped promote my business. Last thing before I let you go, new videos come out every Monday night at 5:30, and then I go live at 7:30 to chat to you guys and answer as many questions as possible. We do live quotes for real customers and just generally keep up to date with everything going on in the pressure washing world. Thanks for watching, back to the video. Does this angle make me look like I've got a small head? That's the waste as compost, then you don't need a waste license. Are you sure about that? Where have you got this information, James? We need a files folder in the Discord, that's very true. I joined late and started at the start, my chat's out of sync. Oh, no worries. Matt reckons you still need a license. Business waste. Can someone please copy the link for becoming a member? Won't let me copy from YouTube on my mobile for some reason. I'll do that for you right now. I'll stick it in the chat, shall I? iPhone doesn't, well, Apple doesn't play nicely with YouTube. A lot of functions on YouTube don't work very well. It's not integrated very well with Apple because they're competitors, basically. Generally, the people that have access, the Discord requires you to link your Google account when you join so that you get access to the right areas based on your membership status. And the only people generally that have problems doing that are iPhone users, unfortunately. Right, I've just pasted that in the chat now. I'll do it again just so you can see it. Just in case you missed it. There you go. Hi Jake, I hope you're well. Do you mainly focus on specialist pressure washing or do you also have a regular window cleaning round? Darren. Oh dear. I've avoided window cleaning. I'll do a one-off clean if it's part of a bigger project, but I won't. I don't have a window cleaning round. I never have. I go into detail as to why I don't have a window cleaning round and never really got into it on Liam's podcast, which should be out on Thursday. If you go on Liam Sanderson's channel on YouTube, he's just put out a roof cleaning video. We talk about it quite in depth on there, so it's very low ticket. I don't hate window cleaning or window cleaners. I think it's just very low ticket work compared to what I'm used to, and a lot of traveling from property to property and having to carry around pure water and what happens when you run out, and it's just like, it seems like a pain in the arse to me, to be honest. I started pressure washing. I enjoyed pressure washing, so that's what I wanted to do mainly, really. Once you get a taste of that pressure washing money, it's hard to look at anything else. Have you ever got any work from the Pure Seal approved applicators? No, not a single job. I got a graffiti cleaning lead that just never amounted to anything. Thanks a lot, Watch all your videos. Spot on, mate. Luke Bird, no worries, mate. What did I say? Oh, okay. Yeah, the chemical. Yeah. If you're going to buy these sorts of chemicals, I would heavily encourage you to look into the health and safety aspect of it as well, because they're all the stuff that we use is incredibly dangerous. And I'd either get yourself on a course, do lots of research, or ask loads of questions in the Discord. Great video, thank you. The video did bang when I saw it. Ended up showing my partner to encapsulate my goals. Oh, awesome. Thank you. Clients should be able to dispose into a compost bin. Have you ever seen Prestige exterior cleaning? He has a black sheet of plastic that he puts into the sack. It's the video. Blimey, here we go again. It was a month ago. What, to like filter the waste, you mean? Is it on Instagram? Oh, Sean, he managed to join. There you go. Thank you so much. Welcome. Joined as a boosted member as well, haven't you? Bloody hell. Look at you lot tonight. Absolutely showering the live stream with support. So thank you. Prestige exterior cleaning. Is he on Instagram? Prestige external cleaning or exterior cleaning? There's so many. Prestige Southwest, Prestige exterior services, Prestige driveway. I don't even know how to spell Prestige. There's so many. This is why I don't want to be like Smelts exterior cleaning. Like if I was to rebrand, you know what I mean? I don't know what I'm looking for, mate, to be honest. It's Prestige Power Wash, Big Merry Christmas. I don't know. There's so many of them out there, isn't there? I probably already follow them on. You know what I mean? It's on YouTube. Conrad, thank you so much for the £2 donation. That's very. You lot are so lovely to me, ain't you? How are we spelling Prestige? Exterior cleaning. Is it a short or is it a long? Oh, it's quite a big channel. Okay. I know this guy. I've watched this guy loads. I think I went on the Pure Sim course with this guy. If it wasn't him, he's got someone that looks a lot like him. I don't see one that's called Blimey. I don't know, mate. You don't need to donate again to like point me in the right direction, but Slippery Hazards, guess who's back? Oh, I don't know. Is it a short? I don't know. I'm not seeing it. I'm sorry. You seem calm about all those views. I got 1 follower or more than 10 views on Well Chuffed. It's like reps, I suppose. The amount of videos and content that I've put out over the last couple of years. It's less exciting when one does well and more of like a relief, like, well, that paid off. Because sometimes I'll spend almost all day editing one video and it doesn't do well at all. And that's where I'm more sort of I don't tend to have the highs so much now. It's more just lows when something doesn't do well. And then when something does well, it's like, great. I'm not being like ungrateful or anything. I'm in a very fortunate position to have any kind of audience, I suppose. But it's when you put as much effort as I have done, like that video, I probably put half a day into the voiceover and just inserted a bunch of clips, and then probably like another half a day before that into the script, and then improving the clips. I kept taking stuff out and putting stuff back in, and looking on the hard drive for ages to try and find a better clip that was more suited to that thing, and yeah, recording new clips, screen recording stuff and finding images from, it takes ages. It's just like, that did well, finally. Does Facebook boosting work? I've heard mixed things. Thanks, James. Linny's, I actually, it's been boosted for a day, and from what I can see, I don't know if, let me see if I can pull it up in the Discord. Anthony has become a member. Thank you so much. Look at all you lot, man. We're gonna have a couple of new faces in the Discord by the looks of things. Did I put it in marketing chat? I think I did. Yeah, so this is the screenshot. So it says here, I've put 100 quid on it. I've not done Instagram or Messenger, I've just ticked Facebook. It says for 100 quid it's going to run for 7 days, so it spends roughly £12 a day. And it's going to generate 3,000 to 8,000. It's going to reach 3,000 to 8,000 accounts in this specific area that I've chosen. And I thought that's the prediction of what it might reach. But this particular video is already doing incredibly well. So chances are that number is going to be much higher. That's not the case. It's not how it works. This number is how many accounts it will reach. Facebook doesn't advertise to more accounts than it's quoted you there, because that'd be silly of them. So that figure is very real. I thought it's probably going to be more like 12 to 20,000 accounts per day, rather than 3,000 to 8,000 accounts per day. But then I realised that's stupid, because Facebook would be like losing out then. They'd be advertising to more customers for you without making any more money. So it doesn't matter at all how well the video does. I suppose within that margin, if it's a good video, it'll do more like 8. If it's a bad video, it will do more like 3,000. But it'll still show it to just as many accounts as it would have before. It's just sometimes it does better than others, I suppose. But I thought I could sort of cheat it slightly, and this is good for that video has been shown to people all over the world, mainly in the UK, because that's my demographic. So we've had quotes from Newcastle, we've had quotes down from London, Manchester. There's quotes that have come in from everywhere saying, do you cover my area and stuff? And I'll be passing some of these on to the people in the Discord, by the way. We've got a map in the Discord for if you haven't already, I'm going to share this again just in case there's anyone new in the Discord. There it is. So we've got a members map in our Discord, and that shows all of our members' locations if they choose to put their stuff on there. So that if I get a quote in Newcastle, I know that King Con is on there and that Oak Exterior is in this area. So I'll message them, and I'll forward the details. If the customer's happy for me to do that, I'll forward the details to them. So if you're not already on this map, I'll reshare it in the Discord, because I think it's worthwhile. Copy link. Members map, get yourself on there. So, what boosting that post does, yes, 300,000 people might have seen it, but they're all over the UK and all over the world potentially. But boosting the post can show it to 3,000 to 8,000 people, specifically in my small area, which a lot of them could potentially end up being leads, local leads for me. So I think it is powerful, and I think it can be, especially if the post is good, I think it can be very worthwhile doing, but the content still needs to be watchable, because you're still scrolling and being fed an advert. It's a sponsored advert. Most of the time, you know it's a sponsored advert. It's not very nice to watch. It's not very satisfying. You're not getting anything from it other than someone advertising their business. So I wanted to make it so that it's a sponsored advert, but it's also interesting and satisfying to watch. And then they click on it and they're like, oh God, he's only in Reddit. She's only down the road. That's the ideal scenario for me. One of my good mates is a leaflet distributor, and he has said his guys would print and deliver 10,000 leaflets for me in my chosen areas if I give him 15% commission for anyone with a leaflet. That's not a bad. I'd probably rein it into like 10% maybe. So they present a leaflet and then he gets commission. How's he going to track that? It's not a bad offer. I'd probably go 10%, but also it needs to be very trackable and very clear. By the way, that is printing and delivering them for free. 10,000 leaflets. That's a cracking deal, to be fair. I'd do that. 20 grand a month. 20% is 4 grand. 1 grand a week. HydroClean Exteriors says. So that's for Ben's Gutters. So Ben's Gutters are doing 20 grand a month from one employee. They're doing 9. 20% is 4 grand. So Ben's Gutters is doing 16 grand a month from their one employee. Whereas the employee is making 4 grand a month. I don't know. Still live. Okay, great. Cleaned a large block paving courtyard 10 months ago and they are interested in getting it treated. What would you recommend, hypo or biocide? If biocide, how much would I need for 600 meters of block paving? Are you treating it because it's covered in algae, or are you treating it because the weeds are coming back through? Two very different methods. You can lock your phone and carry on playing videos when you have YouTube Premium. I know, but I'm tight. Best money I spent, 0 ads. I watch more YouTube than traditional TV. You're the same as me, mate, to be fair. We haven't even got TV. We haven't got traditional TV. We've got Netflix and YouTube, and that's all we watch. I would benefit from YouTube Premium, but I'm so tight. I can't believe... I mean, the amount of money I spend on lunch every day for me and Jakey, but I won't buy YouTube Premium. It's crazy. I'm going to buy it tonight. It's ridiculous that I haven't got it yet, especially when I do all this sort of stuff. What date would you recommend delivering leaflets? End of February/March? I have no idea. I'm the wrong person to ask. I'm sure Craig Washy, if Craig's still in the chat, I'm sure he could answer that question better than me, or someone else might be able to help you. That commission deal sounds worth it to me, but not sure the logistics with it. Yeah, you've got to be able to track it. Has anyone been on the Smart Seal course and wondered how different it is to Pure Seal course? I saw one comment about the Smart Seal course on Facebook. Don't know how true it was, but I haven't seen any other feedback. What do you think about the JCB pressure washer? Are they good enough or better idea to save for a Honda engine washer? I mean, they're always those little sort of those little machines are generally made for, like, what I would suggest, they're generally made for things like landscapers or builders that are just rinsing down an area after the job's done. You can put a turbo nozzle on, and get decent results from them. It is going to be potentially a little bit slower. I mean, you can get the 15 litre per minute JCB machine, and it's great, but if you're going to be doing like 4 to 8 hours of pressure washing every day, you'll probably find that it starts to deteriorate and fail quite quickly. Things like O-rings, triggers are going to start leaking. There's going to be all sorts that go wrong with these little cheaper machines. There's no real confirmation on it yet, I don't think, but Darren at PWS, if you type in PWS Stafford, he's just put together a machine for £1,000, and it's similar to like a JCB machine, but it's with all the nice bits on it that are going to last, like all the nice couplings and triggers, and it's not, I don't think it's on here yet, but it's essentially, I believe the machine is based on a Hyundai, which is this one here. So it's based on this machine, but it's a Briggs and Stratton engine instead of a Hyundai. It's like a recognised pump, and it's got the decent bits on it. Basically, he's put a post on the Instagram and Facebook page, and he said it should be out this week. I reckon. I think that's what he said in the chat. So this would be a good compromise if you can't wait. This is the same machine as the JCB. I think it's the same machine, just on a different different trolley and stuff. Same pump, same engine. No, it can't be the same engine, can it? Because this is a Hyundai, that one's a JCB. Definitely the same pump, same power output and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, and I'd also get a machine from someone local and reputable, personally, rather than just buying something off Amazon. Because at least that way, you know, it's going to be serviceable, and you can go back to them if you've got warranty, you know, issues with it failing and stuff. You don't have to send stuff off. And if you've got a good local pressure washing shop, service place or repair place or supplier, and they've got good reviews and stuff, you probably end up spending a bit more, but it'll probably be worth it for you in the long run. Ethan, welcome. You're right, mate. Does Liam have a Hitler tash on his logo? What? I doubt it. What, this one on the thumbnail? It doesn't even look like him. It doesn't even look like Liam on there, to be honest. YouTube will play in the background on documents on iPhone. YouTube will play in the background on documents on iPhone. Really? Top tip. Understand that the chemicals he's talking about are alkaline, so strong they can act like acid. So when they burn you, you don't feel it until they're already through the flesh. Very true. How do you get on Discord now? I'm 24 and don't know how things work. It's in your YouTube perks. If you look on your YouTube membership section, the perks, there's a link, you can join. Got issue with the Discord. I signed up and was on there, got a new phone, and now the Discord group is not on there. Can you go into your perks and click the link and re-download Discord? Make sure you're signed into the same YouTube account that you were in before. Thank you. Need to look into this. Use of JCB machines are not the best mechanic. I want to go limited this year and probably change to Onyx EC limited instead of writing exteriors. That's not a bad idea, yeah. Onyx EC. Fourth one on. Prestige exterior cleaning. I'm going to have a look for it one more time. Videos. Fourth one on, whatever that means. Fourth one on. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's not that one. Blimey, here we go again. Is that one? Oh, I can see it. I can see it. I can see it. I can see it. See, this is why I need YouTube Premium. Adverts. What's happened? I think I've just confused it. Has he got music? Yes, he has. Can't play that. He's recording in 4K as well. Look at this. Beautiful shots. Beautiful shots. That is how you record an intro. Bloody hell, he's good at this, isn't he? Drone shots from above. I'm not going to sit here and watch the whole thing because I think that takes away from this guy. Like, there's you guys are going to watch through me, and I don't like that. So I think if you want to watch this video, go and have a look on Prestige Exterior Cleaning and watch it yourself so that he gets the views. Let's have a look at the bag situation.
Bags that let the water out. Yeah, so, and then what I'll do, because they tend to just collapse on themselves, so what I tend to do is I will just hold it open and shovel it in. Obviously I have to bend over for that, which, I mean, it's not too bad. The fact that a little pile like that isn't going to really bother my back. It's when I've got 7, 8, 9, 10 bags worth to do.
Has
That's
got a
when
bad
my
back?
back can start to suffer. But I found this on Amazon.
Ooh.
Check this out. You might be thinking, what's that? But I still haven't used it yet. I still haven't tried it. It might completely fail, but I don't think it will. Anyway, bear with me. I'm going to record this.
This is what I like. This I should be watching this guy more often. I like this stuff. People playing with stuff and just seeing if it works.
It's supposed to fit inside a bag, like so. See if it'll go in. Yeah, no problem.
That's a great idea, isn't it? I think those are slightly bigger bags than what we use. We use the 50-litre rubble sacks, the woven polypropylene.
And now I can just shovel it in with my long shovel. Oh, look, this is a game changer.
Oh, those faithful words. This is a game changer. He's not wrong.
To be, will it collapse as I shovel it in? Let's try it.
Crazy that I get excited about this sort of stuff. How sad is that?
Oh, it's strong.
And it'll stay clean because it's like, it's kind of it's plasticky, isn't it? So it's not going to get filthy. You can just rinse it off.
Just gotta be careful, I suppose.
That's a lot of moss in it. Brilliant.
That is literally the best invention I've ever come across. Amazing. Simple. So simple. But
Game
so
changer.
effective. Look at that.
And then you can just pull it out.
You have this stuff.
Perfect size as well. He's really proud of himself, isn't he?
Oh, so easy. Easy.
No wonder his back's knackered. The amount of moss he's put in that one bag. We only fill him up like halfway. Moss is heavy. When it's all damp like that, it's so heavy.
This is a smile of a happy man. I can't tell you how happy I am that works.
He's really proud of himself.
In
That's so
theory,
cute.
there's no reason why it shouldn't work, but you know what it's like. All these great inventions, like let's say gutter guards or gutter brushes. In theory, they should work brilliantly, but they don't. We all know they're terrible, and they just hold on to moss and trap it and block the gutters up even more. So,
Yep. Preach.
but yeah, that works. That's going to make my life so much more easier from now on. Happy days.
That's funny. He seems like a nice guy. Sorry it took me so long to find that video. What's the inquiry rate / actual good messages you have off that video? We've probably had in total 20 to 30 messages like in the last 24 hours from that video, and I'd say probably 10 of them, 5 of them we've booked, I'd say, and around 10 of them are we've Zach's got a list here of people we need to get back to. We've replied to everyone. I said thanks for messaging. Can I take your full address and all this sort of stuff, so that we've started that conversation. So we've got back to them within the first like 60 seconds. It takes a long time, and unfortunately we have to quote remotely on some of these jobs because it's just like not feasible to be traveling 40 minutes just to go and quote a roof, when the chances of landing a roof job generally, I think this guy taught me this actually from one of his videos, this prestigious exterior cleaning. He said like if you land 1 or 2 jobs out of 10 roof cleaning jobs that you quote, that's about average, because people just don't understand how much roof cleaning costs. And so I'm not going to spend my time driving 40 minutes out of town to quote a roof when someone was expecting 500 quid and I've quoted them 1,500 quid. You know what I mean? People just don't understand, but we've already landed a decent amount of jobs from it. I can't give you exact figures, unfortunately, because my brother's been dealing with it all day. So what's this members map, Jake? It's in the Discord. Have a look on the announcements. You can just put your location in there, and people can feed you work, or you can collaborate. If you need someone in your area to come and help you on a job, you can give them a ring. Had no idea about the map. I'm about 10 miles away from King Kong. Yeah, it's I haven't mentioned it in a while in the Discord, so yeah, hopefully it's useful. I thought some people might have an issue with like sharing their location and stuff, but I suppose if you've got a business, you want people to know your location, or rough location anyway. You don't need to put your exact house number on there. I found Facebook adverts have been rubbish. What have you tried, Tracy? What's been your strategy, and what sort of posts have you been boosting, and how much money have you been spending on them? Because I think a lot of different factors play. There are some small weeds, but it's more about the fact that it's starting to get algae growth. Okay, so you might find, first of all, treat the algae with biocide. So the one I've always used is Back Clear Pro from Pure Seal. So I would go in, if it's a big area. Did you say it's something like 800 square meters? It's the first one on the page actually. I did a big, on my YouTube, if you look for the garden centre that I cleaned last year, just after my brother went back. This one here, with the water leaking out the bottom of my van. Disaster on one of my biggest jobs. So that was like, I think it was like over 300 square meters of block paving, basically. So that was a big job for me, really, on my own. I'd included to pressure wash everything, re-sand it, and then after the sand was brushed in, apply biocide on everything. Or I might have not known about brushing the sand in first at that point. I might have applied the biocide and then brushed the sand in on a dry day. I think that's probably what I did, but I can't remember. And all I did was get a empty 10-litre barrel. I diluted the Back Clear 50 1 to 10. So you want to aim for about 1 to 30 for ground surfaces. There's a new dilution chart on here actually, which is pretty handy. So block paving, 1 to 30 it says here. So most ground surfaces is 1 to 30. Most roofs are 1 to 20. So I took an empty 10-litre barrel because essentially 10 litres is easier to carry around for me than a small 5-litre one, because when you've got 5 litres of thick gloopy biocide, it struggles to pull it through the X-Jet sometimes. So I'd pre-mixed it at 1 to 3. Sorry, let's get these right. Pre-mixed it in this barrel at 1 to 10. So 1 litre of biocide, 10 litres of water. Screw the lid on. And then I had my X-Jet with the proportioner out. So it was coming through the X-Jet at 1 to 3, which ends up being 1 to 30. So I had this barrel. I probably did like half that. I probably did 500 ml to 5 litres of water. But then it's very controlled going around with the X-Jet, and you don't actually have to stop other than to like adjust your hose and stuff. So it's a very quick way. Once you've got it set up, it's a very quick way of applying biocide on like a very big area. I did 300 square meters in probably like half an hour, including setup and breakdown. Very quick way of doing it. If I was to do that like I used to do it before, where I'd be like brushing the chemicals on. I used to brush the chemicals on with a gardener backpack, and that would take ages. It worked, but it would take ages. So here, look, you can see I'm pointing at the screen, but you can't see. You can see I'm using a water-fed pole to apply the hypo, which is what I used to do with biocide as well on ground surfaces. Anyway. But for the weeds, the biocide isn't going to take care of the weeds. It'll take care of moss and algae. But you either want to pre-treat the weeds with some weed killer if you've got the PA1 and PA6 license, or ask the customer to do it. On such a big area, they're probably not going to want to. Or get some local grounds maintenance team to come in and spray some weed killer for you. You can subcontract that out to them. And then go in with the biocide afterwards, once it's dried. Don't apply the biocide if it's going to rain within the next 6 to 12 hours. And don't apply biocide in the rain, else it'll just dilute and run off and end up where you don't want it to end up. On Android, use NewPipe to download the videos or audio and play. Really, NewPipe? I tend not to like downloading stuff, especially big files like live streams and podcasts and stuff, but that's an option. I'm extremely trustworthy, and he's been a very good mate for a very long time, but I think I'm going to ask each person how they found out about me as market research. That's very good, and I should be doing that more. It's very insightful, because you assume you've done something recently, and so that's how people have found you. It's very often the case where they've actually found you through a totally different method that you forgot about or hadn't thought of. So it's always good to say, can I just ask, how did you hear about me? YouTube Premium would be an expense because you are marketing YouTube content. That's very, very true. Do you buy Jake lunch every day? Yes. Green Party leaflets add, please keep this leaflet and make notes on the back. All right. You can also just cut off the bottom of the bucket to stick in the bag. Yeah, you could cut off the bottom of a bucket, yeah. What other marketing are you doing other than leaflets this new year, Jake? Guide or Jide, or however you say that, I'm sorry. I'm doing leaflets, focusing more on shorts and social media and stuff. Still got my website. I need to update that, and I need to update my Google page. I'm not running, I don't intend to be running Google ads anytime soon, but I might play around with that at some point. And then getting the van sign written on Friday. Maybe being more proactive with the leaflets and actually getting Jakey out there posting stuff. But other than that, I'm not planning on spending much more money on marketing, really. I like free marketing. Holly, welcome. You're right. Holly, did your partner receive the... was it you or your partner? I can't remember. Receive the nozzle that I posted. All the giveaway stuff has been posted now, so hopefully everything's been received. Will it cause damage if you do the biocide a bit stronger ratio? I don't see how it could. You might get more residue left over, so sometimes if you biocide a patio, particularly like limestone and stuff, you can still see residue a couple of days later if you've gone in too strong. A customer actually rang me when I did her black limestone patio. It's like dark blue limestone. And she said, there's all these weird marks now that it's dried. And I rang Chris Lawler from Pure Seal in a panic and said, like, it's a big patio. Have I damaged it? And he's like, no, you'll probably find it's just residue. And when it rains, it'll clear it all. And it did. A couple of days later, it cleared it. It's just a waste of product if you're diluting it. If you're not diluting it enough, you're just sort of wasting biocide. It's a very strong solution. Would biocide kill the small weeds? Probably not. I don't think. You shouldn't use it as a weed killer. Jake/chat, I quite fancy a Moja. Not sure on the spelling. Problem is its price. If it's not a game changer, is it worth that much money? It very depends on how much value you think you're going to get out of it. I don't think you can say... It's a difficult question because it's like saying, is that pressure washer that we looked at earlier, is that worth £1,000? And it's like, is there other options? Yes, there are, but what do you want? Do you want a product that works really well? Is it going to benefit your business? Is it going to mean you're more accurate and consistent? Is it going to mean less messing about and less stress? It depends on how much you value that product and how much you think it's going to improve your business. There are many people that think it's worth the price. Some people don't. And the people that don't think it's worth the price aren't going to get as much value out of it, clearly. Someone that thinks that is going to be perfect for my business, like Sophie's flooring people, place that she works for. They need to measure hotels, the interior of hotels, rooms, lobbies, all that sort of stuff. They need to measure them accurately in order to order the perfect amount of carpet so that there's not too much excess to cut off, and to be able to fill all these spaces accurately. I can't think of like a better tool to be able to do that sort of thing. So it depends on how much value you put on it, basically. I can't say whether it's worth it for you or not. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say that it's not expensive, because in my opinion, for such a small item, it's a lot of money to me. But it doesn't mean I don't think it's going to be valuable to people. It's been valuable to me. You got to go careful with a chef for splashing it around, though, especially if there's grass about. Careful with a chef. I don't know what that means, Matthew. When it comes to biocide and like hypo and stuff, yeah, you've definitely got to be careful with surrounding plant life and stuff, and controlling the runoff and making sure it's not going anywhere it shouldn't. Someone was in the chat the other day and he said he's biocided a roof and it's gone down the gutter into another gutter that runs off into a fish pond, and it's killed like 100 goldfish. Imagine getting that call. Oh, an X-Jet for splashing it around. Yeah, I mean, on such a big area, an X-Jet is absolutely no problem. I find X-Jets not suitable on smaller areas because you've got less control. You can turn pressure down and all that sort of stuff, and really dial it in, but you could be just as quick with like a bucket and a brush applying hypo. Depends on how strong, but generally no. If it's going to damage it, normal dilution will damage. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't know if you answered one of my plethora of questions earlier. Do you have waivers for each service or just for the roof cleaning? At the moment, it's just for the roof cleaning because that's the one that makes me nervous the most. Yeah, everything else I'm quite confident that... I mean, a smart businessman would have a waiver for each service, but I don't want to overwhelm the customer with like loads of information and stuff. You know what I mean? Hello, Zach. Zach's in the chat. My brother's here. Everyone say hi, brother. How much do you think I should be charging per square meter for biocide treatment? Well, I don't know how much you should be charging, but I'll share with you how much I charge. It's a cheap product and it dilutes well. So if you look, 5 litres of this is about 35 quid. And you can dilute this down for ground surfaces 1 to 30. So what is 30 times 5 litres? 150. So you can get 150 litres of solution out of a 5 litre tub of this stuff. And that goes a hell of a long way. And it's only 35 quid, so I'm not too concerned about the cost of the product when it comes to applying the biocide. It's more about the coverage. It's more about the time it's going to take me to turn up to the job, do it, whether I need to move pots and plants and stuff, pack up, clean out the X-Jet and all that sort of stuff, and then leave. So I've got a minimum charge of £75 on any area, doesn't matter how small it is. If I'm biociding a patio or driveway, I'm charging £75 as a minimum. And then after that, I'm charging £1 per square meter. That's right, isn't it? Yeah. So say for example, it's 60 square meters, I'm charging £75. If it's 100 square meters, I'm charging £100. I hope that makes sense. I think it's a really good way of doing it. Like, have a minimum charge and then just £1 per square meter after that. 200 square meters, £200. When I'm saying it out loud, it sounds kind of cheap because it's a specialist service and you've had the appropriate training to be able to apply it. You've invested in the correct PPE and you've got the equipment to be able to apply it, all that sort of stuff. And you know what to use it on and what not to use it on. So you could say that it's a specialist service that not a lot of people offer. But on the other hand, it's a very easy job just to go around and spray the biocide round. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to be fair with my customers while also making it worth my time. That's all. I'm sure I could charge way more. No, but I would accept a free nozzle. Holly, was it not you that won the giveaway? Was it someone else? I'm sorry. Stronger mix is just a waste of chemical. My farmer friend put hypo on without dilution on his backyard and house walls. Oh my god. I bet it smelled like a swimming pool. It burns your eyes. If you're putting neat hypo down, it's like, even if you're wearing glasses and stuff, it's like the fumes of it working is so strong. That's why putting it through like an X-Jet or something where you're applying it far away from you, working backwards, and then you can just move away from the area once it's down to let it do its thing, keep your respirators on, all that sort of stuff. It's like, because apparently that's the bit that it's not necessarily the fumes of the hypo in the barrel that are going to affect you. It's when it's on the surface reacting with the organic growth. That's where the smell comes from. And those are the fumes that are going to cause you damage if you breathe them in, basically. That's my understanding. Take that with a pinch of salt, because I just flying off the cuff. You know what I mean? What is your recommendation for my chemical sprayer or injector? My last one from Equip to Clean broke. All fault of mine for not cleaning it out properly. Sprayer or injector? When you say sprayer or injector, do you mean like a pump sprayer or a battery powered backpack, or do you mean like a X-Jet style chemical applicator? Are there any competitors to the Moja? I don't know. It's a good question. I'm not sure. There's loads of apps and stuff that say they can measure stuff with the camera. I don't know how accurate they are. I don't really trust any of them, to be honest. Barclay, no worries, mate. Hi, brother. Grime to Prime. I don't think I've seen your name in the chat before. Welcome. Hi, Jake. New to the channel. Your videos have inspired me. I've taken courses, and tonight I taken courses, and tonight about 2 hours ago, my pressure washer arrived. Oh, nice. Okay. Thanks for everything, bro. Circle member pending after this live. Oh, awesome. That's very cool. Thank you, mate. What mark do you use? What mark do you use? Mark. What mark do you use? Mark. I don't know what you mean, sorry. Maybe next time. X-Jet style chemical applicator. Sorry, I should have made that clearer. So, my 2 cents on this. I tried the Equip to Clean one. Couldn't get on with it just because it's quite clumsy. It's not got the right fittings on it to make it good to use for like a rinse down nozzle, and then you can clip the hose back on and carry on using it as a X-Jet, and then you can unclip it. It's very clumsy. Don't like it, if I'm honest. However, if you go across to, well, first of all, go to smelt.club on your browser. Go over to my trusted suppliers, and then you'll see Rutland Pumps here. Look, click on Rutland Pumps, and then type in Pro Jet. It's not the Pro Foam. The Pro Jet is essentially their version of an X-Jet M5, from what I can tell. It's got all the right fittings on it, so it's all stainless. It's got the quick release nozzle. You can get it with a Q fitting or just a 1/4 inch quick release. And it comes with the same stuff that the M5 comes with. I don't know why there's no pictures. There used to be more pictures than this with all the hose and stuff, and the different. It comes with all the proportioners and stuff to make sure you can get the dilution ratio correct. And then, if you're feeling bougie and you want to spend a bit more money and make your life 10 times easier, I'm still waiting to try one of these. Get yourself the switch. What's it called? Is it called a quick switch? Pro switch? What's it called? Switch tip. So, instead of ruining your proportioners or losing them or keep having to change them over, or once you put them in and then you drop it on the floor, which I always drop my X-Jet on the floor and it gnarls up the end of the little plastic proportioner, and then it's not proportioning right anymore. You always lose the black one because that's the one you always use, which is 1:5. Instead of doing that, you can get this to clip on the bottom of it, and these are proportioners. So these holes here, you switch it round and it's got all the popular proportions. Look, it's such a clever idea. You've got to, if you can afford it, you've got to get one. And it's got these little satisfying, is that like a ball bearing thing where you turn it and it clips into place? The ball bearing falls into that maybe. This excites me more than it should. So it's called the switch tip. And very cool piece of kit. So at the minute it does the grey tip, the black tip, the beige, the red and the open. So no tip basically. But there's no actual proportioners in them. There's no plastic bits. It's all just built in. It's just the correct size hole, which is very cool. How much is it? 70 quid plus VAT. Pre-orders only, because it's they made loads of them and then sold out pretty instantly. They're going to send, I think Ben said he's going to send me one in the new year, but he's got to make them first because these are all made in-house. They machine everything themselves pretty much. Very cool invention. I want to if they could find a way to have all the different proportioner sizes on there, Oh, I've got it. If you can't fit them all, if you can't fit them all in that space, because the wheel has to be like that small for whatever reason, you could have like a safe barrel, you know, like a barrel, like a lock code barrel, where you have that proportional like that one like that, and then that results, and on the side you can see that results in, if you have this, that results in 1 to 5. If you turn it like that, you can have 1 to 20, and then depending on what combination it is, you have the final. You can have like all 20 proportions, or however many there are on the XJet list. Multi-barrel. They should do a wheel set. Yeah, it's nice not to have to change, like unscrew stuff and change it out for another one, because that's the whole reason for the switch tip, is so you don't have to change stuff out. If they could find a way of doing it where, I don't know, that's probably quite difficult to figure out. But I mean, that's enough. I'd be very happy with that as it is. You know what I mean? Hope that answers your question. So yeah, go and get yourself a Projet. I would personally. Full stainless. Probably, arguably better than the M5. And you're supporting Rutland pumps, which have always been reputable. Next, you'll be designing the backwards trolley. Hey, that was a good idea. The switch tip is a game changer. Can we just be careful where we use that phrase? Because game changer is a big statement. We need to be very careful about what we call game changers, because there's too many out there. Too often people say, this is an absolute game changer. And actually, it's just a different way of doing something. Zach, how have you found your first day at Smelts Pressure Washing Official? I love a good game changer, don't we all? That guzzle. Zach's been in the office all day. This office, just beavering, absolutely beavering away. He had no lunch. He did like 8:30 till 4. No lunch, just beavering, pure beavering. What is the difference between Circle member and Boosted member? You have mentioned it on previous lives, but I can't remember now. Cheers. Well, it's funny you should ask. Sorry for anyone else that's already seen it, but I'm just going to have a little wee break anyway. Have a little listen. Now, these videos take a lot of time and effort to film and edit, on top of trying to run a successful pressure washing business. If you find any of the information in my videos useful, then I'd like for you to consider becoming a paid member of the channel. Circle members and above will get access to my private Discord for members only, where you can pretty much get a hold of me 24 hours a day for inspiration, technical help, marketing advice, or just a general chat. I post pictures and videos that you won't see on any of my other socials. You'll be the first to hear about giveaways, special offers and announcements, and it's just generally a nice place full of like-minded people who are all heading towards similar goals. We've got various different experience levels. We've got a few professionals in the chat as well. If you want to push your business, in my opinion, this is the place to be. We also have 2 other membership tiers. One is just to show a bit of support for the channel, and the other one is for Boosted members, which will not only give you access to the private Discord, but also loads of high quality promotional images for you to start your business. I know what it's like when you're ready to get going, but you don't have any before and after pictures to put on your leaflets. At the moment, there's about 150 images that you can use for pretty much whatever you like, and my intention is to constantly update these over the next few years with all of my before and afters that have helped promote my business. Last thing before I let you go, new videos come out every Monday night at 5:30, and then I go live at 7:30 to chat to you guys and answer as many questions as possible. We do live quotes for real customers and just generally keep up to date with everything going on in the pressure washing world. Thanks for watching, back to the video. Perfect timing. Where is the Discord map? It's, if you go in the Discord, click on announcements, it's just there. Oh god, you can't even see. Announcements. Last post. Does anyone know any way you can get a board for a My Tower whilst working? I have thought about boards I've had before, but they will bend and look all tatty. Ideally, a metal plate style. What is that board called? It's like a wood that's like waterproof. It's like it's almost like chipboard, but they're waterproof. I don't know if that's what you mean. I'm not sure. Didn't eat till 5:30 p.m. I dropped Zach home earlier today, and he was like, we took down my mum's Christmas lights because I did like another 6 earlier today. I thought I might as well just get them all polished off in one day. So it's getting dark. Took down the Christmas lights, poked my head in the door, and Zach said from outside, he was like, "Can you smell if anyone's cooking food?" Like he hasn't eaten since. He didn't even have breakfast, I don't think. Hoping for that good dinner on the table when you got back. The perks of living with mummy. Zach, he feeds Jakey like a king and doesn't even feed you when you're in his house. I said, there's tuna in the cupboard. There wasn't actually tuna in the cupboard, but there's bread, there's milk. You can dunk the bread in the milk. I thought there was some noodles, but they've all run out as well. There's no beans. I think there's some bacon. You could have found something. He just didn't want to rummage through my cupboards, but I said, you're very welcome. I absolutely love a spreadsheet. I'm going to call it there tonight, guys. I think I think Soph's just got back from the gym, and I'm going to eat some chocolate, I think, and cuddle up in bed and watch some YouTube. Maybe do some quotes. What's everyone else got on this week? Are you all busy? Is the work picking back up again in the new year? Are we still quiet, or are we... How's it going? Because I know January is quite a difficult time for a lot of exterior cleaners. Don't lose faith either if you are quiet. Like I say, we've put out one video and we've just suddenly generated probably like 20 to 30 new inquiries. I don't know how many it is now, but it's a lot. And so people want the work doing. They want their gutters cleared. They want their roofs cleaned. And there's even people getting in touch for driveway cleaning, which is wild in January. You think everyone's just spent money on Christmas. There's probably no money about, but that's not the case at all. I know Steve and Craig haven't really stopped this year for Christmas. I know you didn't have much of a break. Guide is quiet for now. Chris, thanks for watching, mate. Tracy, thanks for watching. See you in a bit. Steve is busy. Matt is not insanely busy, but I have a new employee and have ramped some plans up. There you go. Got shit tons of work booked for the end of January, early Feb. Does the weather concern anyone? Because that's the main thing on my mind at the minute. I don't have to keep moving jobs about because of the frost. I've got a double roof scrape to do tomorrow. 2 roof scrapes in one day. Are you crazy? Lots booked in. Keep an eye on the weather. It's going to be freezing tomorrow. Hard for window cleaning. I've had the busiest December/January in my business history. Jake, post this in the chat for Liam. You won't be able to post links, so I can't see what you're saying. Sorry. Hello.
Hello.
How was the gym?
Great.
You weren't very long.
That was an hour.
Oh. Do you feel those glutes burning?
My legs are killing me.
Are they? Was it fun?
I enjoyed it.
Good.
I'm gonna go for a shower.
Okay. All right. I'll see you in a minute. I'm coming off in a minute. You've sent me a WhatsApp, have you, Zach? Here he is. Look, he's even helping on the live streams. On the boardwalk, down by the sun, we'll be having some fun. I think that link is probably too long to post in the Discord, to post in the chat anyway. But this is what Zach has just sent me. Boss Tower fixed decks. 154 quid, including that. You can choose the lengths. I mean, that sounds like it's what he wanted. And it's like aluminium like the My Tower is. Looks fairly lightweight. Not bad. That is laddersandaccess.co.uk. There you go, Liam. Have a little chew on that. Add alcohol to water to stop it freezing. Seems like a waste of alcohol to me. Yeah, by the way, get your heaters sorted in your vans. Get your, if you need to do some antifreeze through your machines to stop your hoses freezing and stuff, make sure you do all that sort of stuff. You don't want to cause any catastrophic damage to your nice posh machines, do you? So make sure you've got some sort of, if it's dropping below 0, you need to have like some sort of overnight heating solution in your van. Rhyme to Prime, thank you very much for joining as a boosted member. You've now got access to all those images in the Discord, so check your perks, join with the link, and welcome. Thank you so much for contributing. Appreciate it. No driveway cleaning here with 4 inches of snow still lying. No way. Whereabouts are you? Picking up new customers lately. I'm quiet on the cleaning side, but I've got a bit on with the property maintenance. There you go. Multiple streams of income. Diversify. The classic I'm going now, guys, follow up by questions. Yeah, sorry about that, Negan. Oh, you've got a My Tower. That one's for Boss, is it? I don't know. Oh, you mean to advertise the business on the back of a scaffold so people walking past can see? That's a great idea. I'm sure you can get in touch with most sign maker places, like the chap that's doing, Sophie's cousin actually, that's doing my van sign writing on Friday. He does signs. He does all sorts of signs. He prints on everything basically. Yeah, if you can get like some sort of canvas sign that you can hang off the back of the My Tower, that'd be perfect as you're pressure washing a roof. Just your logo with your phone number underneath. That'd be sick. Does anyone else do that? That seems like a proper, like, you're up high. There's plenty of real estate on that, on the back of that tower. That seems like a, dare I say it, a potential game changer. Or you get your van sign written. Yeah, fair enough. You could do that as well. No. Oh my God, what's going on? Sean has just become a boosted member as well. Bloody hell. I mean, you've joined at the right time because I've just added a bunch more pictures to the boosted members stuff. So, and there's more to add actually. I had a couple of issues with corrupt folders, corrupt images. So I've got loads more of these block paving pictures to add. There's some decent ones in there, but there's still more to come. Before, after, before, after, before, after. Have a little sanded. Have a little peek at that. I don't know if my favourite one is in here actually. There's a really, really impressive one. It's not in there yet, but it will be in there soon, I promise you. This one's pretty good. Not bad, not bad really, not bad. The tarmac ones are impressive, I think. Oof. Oof. Jesus, you guys can just use all these pictures. Just use the lot. Use them all at once. Tarmac restoration. Tarmac cleaning. Brand new second hand. Ooh. Oh. What more do you need? Decking. Wood. Fencing. Christmas lights, PVC, stain removal, slabs, concrete. It's all there, guys. Look at this. Oh. Oh. I haven't even had a beer tonight. There's also a repointing one somewhere as well, but is it... Where are the others gone? Where's the repointing? There it is. Look at Jakey, hard at work. Grinding. Literally grinding. That's the one I use for my leaflet. Use them everywhere. Use them on your website. Use them on your leaflets. You know what I mean? Happy belated New Year. Simo. Elliot. How you been, mate? You're right. That is Elliot, isn't it? Thanks for the advice, man. We'll ask away in the Discord. Yeah, keep the questions coming in the Discord. A lot of people, they join the Discord and then they say like, oh, I don't want to... They'll DM me. And it's like, no, ask in the Discord because then everyone can help. Yeah, but I don't want to make a nuisance of myself. That's what the Discord's for. If you're new, ask those newbie questions that you don't want to ask anywhere else because we're all here to help each other. Grime to prime, no worries, mate. County Durham, the highest point in the country, about 325 metres above sea level. Oh my God. The sign will act as a sail. Your insurance won't cover it. Oh, that's a good point. The sign could catch the wind. That's why scaffolding's like a skeleton, so that the wind goes through rather than catching it. That's a good point. Very good point. Gotta have the ones that allow the air through. Should have become a boosted member tonight rather than a couple days ago. Feeling left out. Did you join when I wasn't streaming? Oh. I appreciate you nonetheless. Happy New Year. Where do I find the members section with the photos? Once you've linked your account, so you'll end up in the new introductions area. See all these people that are red? That's because they've linked to their accounts. Anyone that's white, that's got a white name, the account is not linked. And so you won't have access to the rest of this Discord. You'll only have access to the introduction section. So you need to go into your settings, link your YouTube so that it knows what sort of member you are, and then it will give you access to the appropriate sections. I think I'll have a go before I use your before and afters. Customers might feel done by the leaflet pictures. Doing my neighbours both sides for practice. Yeah, it's definitely worthwhile still trying to get your own pictures. The one thing I'd say about your before and after pictures is they are so much more impressive if you can make sure you take them in exactly the same spot. So use references. So when I take a before and after picture, I'm like getting the top of the camera at the top of the house. I'm getting the bottom of the camera at the bottom of the drive. I'm trying to remember where I stood. Take the picture. And when I've cleaned it and tidied up and everything's rinsed down and everything's wet, I wet everything before I take the picture because the colours are always more punchy and like vibrant. Stand back in that position, get those same reference areas for the top and bottom of the camera to make sure it looks exactly the same when I scroll back and forward. Take another picture. Avoid taking the pictures in direct sunlight because you'll get harsh shadows, you'll get really bright areas and really dark areas. You think, oh, the sunnier the better for the photos, but it's just not the case at all. Wait for the sun to go behind the clouds and then take the pictures. And you can't really go wrong. Get familiar with chemicals. Do your research. I'd probably avoid posting stuff that you're not happy with. If you think, oh, that doesn't look particularly great, don't post it and figure out why it doesn't look great. Ask in the Discord and we'll try and help you and figure out what you can do to rectify it or make it better. Liam says, cheers lads, I think I found a flag type thing you can customize perfectly a meter to, which will keep taut. There you go. Would rather chop my hands off than do repointing personally. It's like you with window cleaning. Have you ever tried it? I thought Jakey wouldn't like repointing because it's very dusty. You get all sweaty, your goggles steam up. And yeah, it's just not a very nice job. But then he was like, yeah, stick my headphones on, get in the zone, and just smash it out. And like, he said it's one of his favourite jobs because it's the most satisfying transformation out of all of them, really. I'm going. Good night, everyone. I'll see you next Monday. Hopefully, I'll have a video out this week. Happy New Year, Jed. Thanks for watching. See you later.